take an evil place.
It's just so pretty, right?
Oh my god.
For my friends and followers, I'm sure my opinion has merit. However, I'm also well aware of the fact that when it comes to my opinion to the rest of the internet, while I was in Southern California at the beginning of January, I took advantage of my proximity to Universal Studios. I had very high expectations because a lot of people who have been disappointed by Disney have touted Universal as a Disney dupe. Now, this video was intended to be a whimsical vlog of my day. However, after our experience, I kind of had to shift gears and make this video a review of my experience at Universal Studios, coming from someone who's either never been to Universal Studios or someone who has not been recently. Hello, it is your mother, and I'm going to Universal Studios for the first time in 22 years, which means that we have to pass through my husband's favorite place on the planet. And of course, we are getting the true LA experience, traffic jam in the middle of the day. Okay, it's not a traffic jam, this is just mildly inconvenient. You know what I mean? Of course, I come from the area where the traffic jam is caused by Jim Bob driving his tractor down Main Avenue. Yes, I have not been to Universal Studios since 2001, which, if my calculations are correct, that is over 22 years ago. God, I'm getting old.
I love the young people.
Now, I can't exactly compare Universal Studios of 2001 to Universal Studios of 2024. Honestly, I just don't remember. I was 8 or 9, and a lot of other stuff happened in 2001 right after. So I will be approaching this from the perspective of someone who's never been, since my long-term memory of my previous experience is shot. To be perfectly transparent, right out the gate, we made a boo-boo. We made the cardinal mistake of going right after a holiday while kids were still on break. We probably should have realized this because the prices for the day we wanted to go were $20 to $30 more than the week next to it. It was the only day we could go, to be honest. We only had one free day while we were down there. Was that or nothing? And honestly, I wish it was nothing. But since I don't have a time machine, they did in fact take the DeLorean ride out. I still went, I still spent the money, I still got a butt ton of footage. And so I'm doing this so it can be a tax write-off, let's be honest. That's the only reason why I'm doing this. The parking itself reminds me a lot of Disney, especially if you park in the actual structures. Most of the car parks are themed. They'll have like a character so you can help remember where you're parked. Take an elevator down and then it's just like a direct route to their downtown area. They do have like a shopping area that leads into the park that is very much like downtown Disney, which I actually feel like the one in Universal is a lot cooler than downtown Disney. It's just like, that's a very festive Kong tramp. There was a lot more to see, a lot of bright lights, and quite a variety of shops to go to if you're looking for merch, if you're looking for souvenirs. Yep. Walking in, it very much did remind me of Hollywood Studios in Florida. It's my good side. Which is probably because both are based on old Hollywood. Map. So you got the stucco buildings, and there's where you're gonna see a lot of character meet and greets. All right, I keep seeing people with Shrek ears, and I really want some. I'm really hoping that they still sell them because the cast member told us that they may not sell them anymore. And there's Shrek over there. You can go meet him. I might be a 5-year-old and ask to go meet Shrek. Negatory, there is no Shrek merch in sight. You can, however, like I said, meet Shrek. So where's the Shrek merch?
I'm wearing ladies' underwear.
One thing that I really loved about Universal, especially the themed lands, was the set design, the colors. Everything was very detailed. You felt very immersed in the lands that you were in. I did not realize there was a Simpsons Land. I've never really thought or wanted a Simpsons Land. However, it was very well executed. Everything was very bright and vibrant. And honestly, it was really beautiful. I wanted to walk around and explore more and see more. We can meet Bart Simpson too.
Oh, Lord.
However, the one thing that did hold me back is I was very overwhelmed by the amount of people that were there, which honestly kept happening. I kept being amazed and kept being impressed by the general effort that went into the Imagineering and the immersion of the lands. However, I feel like I was not able to take advantage of that and enjoy it properly because there were just so many people. And some of that is because I am neurodivergent. I do get very claustrophobic when there's a lot of people. I get very overwhelmed when there's a lot of noise and there's a lot of things and people in my personal bubble, and that was happening a lot. People were shoulder checking. Honestly, I was getting very frustrated by the lack of awareness of others. I am very hyper aware, which could be a me problem, but I feel like if I'm being aware, other people should be being aware, if that makes sense. Like, I'm a very awkward person. Sometimes we'll do the dance, but eventually we figure it out. But people just straight up weren't caring. They would walk right into you if you didn't dodge out of the way, which again could be an issue of going during, well, everybody else is going, honestly.
I'm in danger.
So we only did one ride in the Simpsons area. I don't know if there's other rides. I know right off to the side there is the studio tour, which we'll get to. The line for the Simpson ride was very long, and I later found out that that's where the DeLorean, the Back to the Future ride was. They also had screens with clips from the Simpsons that were relevant to a theme park experience. And I also felt like the loop wasn't too short to where you were getting bored of it or getting annoyed like some rides that have videos playing do.
Almost there.
What did I think of the Simpsons ride?
Okay, so in your opinion, was that worth the 2-hour wait? No? It was kind of a baby ride. It was kind of one of those motion simulation rides, and it did not have enough cheese, in his opinion. It was all right. I don't know if it was 2 hours. You think it was 90 minutes that we waited?
It was like about like 70, 80. Yeah. We didn't wait at 2 hours, but it was still like, I was a little disappointed. I mean, it was nice to see the Simpsons characters, and I laughed at some of the jokes, but I was like,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Where to now? Where do we want to go?
Studio tour.
Studio tour? Okay. Yeah, no, 130 minutes is ridiculous. What is that? God, that's obnoxious. I don't know if I want to wait 130 minutes. What about you?
Let's get something to eat.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Next, we were hungry, so we did get in line for the chicken place in the Simpsons Land. After a while, we realized that we could order on the app, and you don't actually have to wait in the line once you order in the app. A lot of people didn't realize that. They ordered in their app and they continued to wait in line, but the line that usually is out the door is to order. So there's a line that snakes through that goes up to kiosks where you order. That is not where you go when you're ordering on the app. When you order on the app, it gives you a time window when your order will be ready. So when that time window comes up, you click the button to say that you are ready, that you're nearby, and they will start preparing your order. As soon as your order is ready and they're telling you that they're preparing your order, I would go in through Moe's Tavern and go in the side, and then there's a side door that goes into the chicken place, and you just go right around near the front, and there's a sign that says mobile order pickup. That's where you go. You get your order number once your order is ready, and they call out your order. No lines necessary. I mean, there might be quite a few people congregated in that area, but as soon as they call your number, you can walk right up, grab your order. We ordered the chicken and waffle sandwich, which did not look that great, and I wasn't too thrilled about the tomato and the lettuce. However, it was delicious. I don't know what kind of sauce they put in it. Also, I'm usually not a crinkle cut fry person. However, those fries were slapping. I very much enjoyed those fries. They did not need ketchup or any kind of sauce. I ate them naked. While we waited for our food, however, we did crave a little beverage. So we snuck over to the Wizarding World. Is that what it's called? Wizarding World? I don't know. I should probably do research for these videos before I do a review. Neither of us are huge fans of Harry Potter. However, we've heard nothing but rave reviews for butterbeer. That's a lie. We've heard mixed reviews. We've heard it's the best thing since sliced bread and
So even though I'm not really a huge fan of Harry Potter, we decided to check out Wizarding World for the famed butterbeer. I've never tried it before. I heard it's great, but also I've heard other people say that it's not worth the hype, so we're about to find out. But also, it is beautiful here. Like, I really love the architecture, and this reminded me that they really need to make a Lord of the Rings land, like a Shire or something. And I know that there's a place you can visit in New Zealand, but I'm talking closer to New Zealand.
Yeah.
Closer than a 12-hour plane ride. Not, America likes Lord of the Rings too.
Mm-hmm.
Please. Okay. Wanna try it? Go first. Is it good?
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Not bad.
Yeah. It's pretty subtle. It's not like overpoweringly overpoweringly sweet. I can talk.
Yeah. Saying is like the best thing in the world, but it's not. Also, it's not underwhelming. It's actually pretty. It's as good as it looks. I was expecting a certain thing, and I got exactly what I expected.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. I could probably figure out how to make it.
Yeah, probably. Actually, it's better to drink it without the straw.
Oh, you probably get the mouthful of the.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes it.
That's the stuff.
Yeah, that was good. To be honest, it was worth the wait. We waited and then realized that there were other places to get it, and there was like a cast member walking around like, guys, why are you waiting in this long line? There's other places to get it, and they started like directing people. But even then, it was really good. And not a bad price. You actually got a fair amount, and we got the blended one. Pretty good. And yes, I did look it up, and there is a recipe online. I figured out how to make it. So if you guys want a video duping famous amusement park food, let me know. We will do another Cooking with Scotty. Chaotic cooking.
Hello.
Hello.
After our meal, we decided to venture further and go down the many, many escalators that you have to go down to get to like the movie rides like Transformers, Mummy, Jurassic Park, all of those classics. And we were gonna go to Mummy first, but there was like a whole thing about where you had to put your bag in a locker first before you got in line. My camera is my baby and I didn't want to do that. Also later we found out that there really aren't enough lockers for everyone that's in line. We tried to do that with another ride that we really wanted to ride, and I was like, I'll lock up my camera for this. But there weren't enough lockers, and there was a cluster truck of people trying to find lockers. In fact, I was concerned that it was a crowd crush situation because people were shoulder to shoulder, chest to chest, and I was like, let's get the heck out of here. Maybe if there's less people, we'd give it a try. Like, I really want to try the Mummy ride because I just rewatched, well, actually, technically I watched the Mummy for the first time ever because I wasn't allowed to watch it as a kid. I've only seen clips, and I really liked it. It's cheesy, it's spooky, it's adventurous. Honestly, at that point, it was early, but we were almost ready to just get out of Dodge. I was like not loving it at all, but you know what? We powered forward and we decided to go on Transformers. Much like The Simpsons, the ambiance and the atmosphere and the immersion of the line was really nice. They had everything decorated and lots of buttons to push. The difference, however, is their loops were a lot shorter than Simpsons, so you did hear a lot of the characters say the same thing over and over, and it did get really grating after a while.
I can, but looking at a lot of you, let's be honest, I am not overly optimistic.
Okay, so we just got done with Transformers, and we were expecting it to be like the Simpsons ride, but it was pretty different, wasn't it?
Honestly, I was very impressed. I couldn't tell the whole 3D thing effects. I couldn't tell what was actually the ride and what was like the 3D movie kind of experience. It was so well done. I was like, I was legit having reactions in the G's on this one.
And he made it fun for the other riders because of his reactions, because it was very exuberant.
Yeah, I was just losing it. I was like, oh my god, it was like nonstop. If I were to give a rating like compared to The Simpsons was like a C at best. This one's an A+.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm not even a Transformers fan, and I had fun. I would say that comparatively, it's kind of like Rise of the Resistance, but with 3D glasses.
Yeah.
But with Transformers.
I think the 3D glasses enhanced it a lot.
Yeah. Although, if you're not really a fan of 3D, sometimes if you have like eye issues, it can kind of screw with that. Like for me, it's a little blurry because I have like that. I don't know. My eyes didn't really like it, but it was still fun. Yeah. I liked it.
I loved it.
It was like 2 hours. He didn't think it was 2 hours. But
no, we got in there like around 3-ish, and it's barely like 4:48. So we got it was less than an hour and a half, so it was better.
40 minutes ish.
Yeah, they got us moving better.
It wasn't a letdown like Simpsons.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Now we're gonna get to more butterbeer before we leave.
Yeah.
We didn't even try Jurassic Park. I believe it was like 200 minutes. It was the longest line out of everything, and you could actually check to see how long the lines were on the app, and it was ridiculous. None of the lines were under 120 minutes. I think the only thing that was under 120 minutes was like that baby roller coaster in Wizarding World, and we were like, nah, man. I think it's pretty telling that we're not Harry Potter fans, and yet we ended up back at Wizarding World. First of all, it was definitely for more butterbeer because it slapped, and we wanted wanted another one.
We are back for some more butterbeer because it was really good. And it's actually really pretty here at night. They still have their Christmas lights out and it's very twinkly.
Also, the architecture and the Imagineering is just so good. I know some people are going to be asking me, what about the Mario World? How come we didn't go to the Mario World? Well, in case you don't know, you actually have to reserve that ahead of time, and I believe it's an upcharge on your ticket. And we were already spending a lot of money on this spontaneous little trip to Universal, and we really didn't want to spend more money, especially since we already didn't feel like it was worth it. So we didn't do that. I do have a friend that just went, so I'm gonna ask her how it was. If I were to do this trip again, obviously I would plan it better. Me and my husband realized we're not really spontaneous people. Obviously I would go a week where kids are still in school, so there's less little gremlins running around right in front of you, tripping you. And generally going to amusement parks in the middle of the school year, in the middle of the week is the best way to go. Also, I probably would get there earlier. I know that's what you wanna do with Disneyland as well. You know, the whole rope drop thing. I'm too old for that, guys. Takes me 3 to 5 business days to get ready, but getting there earlier would make it a little bit easier to hop on the most popular rides first. Would I get an annual pass? No, I don't live in SoCal. I live in NorCal. I don't think I would go out of my way to go. It is a lot smaller than Disney. There are fewer rides. They're good rides, really good rides, according to people that have, then again, those people led me astray, but there's less rides, so there's less lines to distribute the crowds. There's less places to walk. They're still expanding and adding. There's active construction going on, which there always is at Disney as well, but Disney has more room to grow, whereas Universal is a bit more cramped. I do think they offer a lot of character meet and greets. We couldn't go 5 yards without seeing another character meet and greet, so if that's something that you're into, that your kids are into, that's definitely worth checking out. The only thing is the lines are long for those as well. Also, of course, if you guys have any tips for visiting Universal, if you have any thoughts, feelings, opinions, be sure to share them in the comments below because I am a newbie. I am but a small bean. If I were to give Universal any advice to mitigate the issues that I had, I would say having a lower cap would probably be more conducive to the guest experience. The fact that we could buy a ticket the night before, however, when we got there, they were saying that they were sold out, leads me to believe that they need to cap it a lot lower. We should not have been able to buy tickets the night before on a sold out day, on a popular day. I get that they're trying to make money and there's supply and demand issues and they want to make sure they get as much money out of each day as possible, especially for high demand days. However, when it comes to long-term profits, I feel like capping it lower would be better in that long term. Your guests going on those days will have a better experience. They won't be waiting nearly as long for rides or food, and they won't be afraid of being trampled over, so they will be more likely to return or to upgrade to an annual pass. So yes, you might be booking less people that single day, but in the long run, you might end up with a more loyal guest base. Because if we had had an amazing day, we were able to do everything that we wanted to do, or at least more, we might have been more inclined to come back. We might have been more inclined to just go ahead and get the annual pass, because usually getting an annual pass is more cost effective than buying 2 separate day passes. So if we were like, oh, we're gonna come back this year, we might have been inclined to upgrade to an annual pass that day, which means we'd be spending more money on food and parking, and maybe I would find stuff in the shops that I wanted to buy because I was serious about buying those Shrek ears. And I'm just one person. Me and my husband were 2 people, obviously, but I'm sure that's the case for a lot of different people. We were scared away from coming back, at least anytime soon, unless it's a dead day. But making it to where even on a busy, crazy day, you can at least go on more than 2 rides would make world of a difference. So yeah, those are my comments, opinions, critiques. I can definitely see its potential. I can see how it could be fun. I can see why people enjoy it with less traffic. There is a lot of heart. There's a lot of imagination. I just think that they need to kind of iron out things when it comes to guest experience and making it so people aren't literally being stepped on.
E.T., phone your frickin' manager because this place stinks.
If you were to ask me to give it a rating, I would give it 2 out of 5 onions. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I've never done a theme park review. I don't really review stuff usually, but I wanted to give my 2 cents. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for going on this journey with me and this adventure. To more adventures in 2024. I have a lot of really fun stuff planned. We're going to be going to Ren fairs, doing a lot of thrift flipping and crafting and just all of that stuff. I have so many ideas is my brain is about to explode. So yeah, I'm excited. Make sure you guys subscribe if you're not subscribed, and hit the like button, because your girl needs a little boost in that algorithm. Gotta make daddy YouTube happy. Spank that like button. Don't put that in, please.